Hi everyone. How do you deal with potential road rage incidents? It's something that we are unfortunately blessed with, not just in the UK but all around the world, I think. So what is the best thing to do? Well, I've had a few examples in my time, even I've put online and uploaded as clips. You had one that I recently put back up, which I suppose could be called a little bit of road rage. It was on the road and all the rage was aimed at me and my learner. I've also had incidents even recently where someone put the window down and they really wanted to tell me off for something that they thought I'd done wrong. But how do you and how should you deal with these situations? Well, we're going to try and address that a little bit later. But for now, have a little look at this viewer's clip that I was sent maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then we'll go from there. The audio is off because there's music lightly playing in the background.
Don't drive into a situation.
I was overtaking you.
No.
Okay, don't
You'll
shout.
be banned from the site.
One minute. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Don't drive into a
Don't
situation.
open my door.
Banned from the site.
What's that?
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a bus. He was coming from the.
So as we can see from that clip, there were little things that both of the parties involved did that didn't help the situation. Now, before I go into a little bit more detail with that, I would like to say that both of these guys calmed down. The fella who got out of his car, not the camera, the other guy, did apologise to the camera and they had a good chat about it after. But in that moment, there was a few little things that they could have done a little differently. Let's have a little look at it. So first things first, the car on the left, the one behind the bus, the Focus. Should it really have pulled out there? No. The dash cams, again, as we always go on about, distort images, and it looked pretty close. Maybe it should have held back a little bit. But the camera did hold his hands up and say that he flashed his lights, maybe in a little bit of disgust at that Focus pulling out from behind the bus. So that's probably the second trigger to this. And then, as we saw the Focus, it goes on the brakes. And all this, as you can see, escalates. One little thing then goes to another thing and another thing and another thing. And this is how generally road rage escalates. So what actually happened after that? Well, we can see the driver of the Focus putting his hand up to the middle of the window, trying to wave and maybe say something in his mirror. That then escalates it a little further. What actually then happens is that the camera decides he's going to have his right of way and his priority, and he breaks the speed limit quite dramatically, I will add, to then get past the Focus. You can see where this is going. So things tend to just get worse and worse and worse. And even after that, if you think that the camera goes up to maybe 67 miles an hour or so on a 40 limit, the Focus wasn't having any of that. So it overtakes. And then we get to the scenario where the Focus is gesturing for the camera to slow down and park in, and he wants this confrontation. And we can see at the end, it even got to a stage where the Focus driver got out and goes to open the door of the camera. And all of this, as you can see, escalates from something out of nothing. And this is the bit that we've got to try and stop happening so these situations don't escalate. So you just imagine if the Focus had pulled out from behind that bus and you were the camera. What if you'd literally done nothing? What if you'd just backed off the gas? The Focus driver would have been none the wiser. He's in the wrong, but he would have been none the wiser, and then this incident wouldn't have got to this stage. And it's always a battle of egos. It's always I'm sort of right and you're wrong. And honestly, they're both wrong in this clip. Although this situation shouldn't have ever got anywhere near getting out of the car, this is one thing that I would say definitely don't ever do. Because that's then when it can lead to physical interaction. If you stay in your car, even if you are having words, you shouldn't do, but even if you stay in your car and you're having words with people, it's never going to lead to anything physical. But just remember, better off, as I'll show you now, just literally ignoring them. Have a look at the clip that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So the car in question is the grey Ford to the right hand side that we're just coming up to now. I'll leave a link to the full video so you can have a watch of the whole thing yourself. But effectively the grey Ford to the right puts the window down and wants me to go up next to them. So all I do after I've seen them do this is I just hold back. I don't say a word, I don't go next to the car, and I just keep in a position so no confrontation can happen. Simple really. It quickly de-escalates and they seem to get a bit bored and get on with the journey. Now before we go off slaughtering these two people, the camera and the guy in the Focus, I'm pretty sure there's most of us who have had a grumble or an arm gesture or a swear word or two at someone when they've done something on the road. So we would all be a little bit hypocritical if we then started having a pop at these two. Because I've even done it myself. Okay, I've learnt over the years to rein it in. I think, to be fair, if there was something that is one of my flaws, it's to stand up for what's right, whatever the situation. But I cannot do that in the car because it causes situations just like we've seen. So just try and make sure that we don't get to these situations. Try and make sure that we always take a step back. Ignore them. Don't even make eye contact with them. Don't say a word. Don't say a thing. And these road rage incidents are not going to happen. So just to summarise, the roads are full of people with pretty big egos, and they always think they're right. I think that's just our population and our society nowadays. And you're not always right. There are many situations that I always thought I knew how to deal with, but honestly, I always keep learning. I keep learning even from comments and different perspectives on this channel. So don't ever think that you know everything. So just because you've got one particular perspective doesn't mean that that perspective is always right. So try not to be so stubborn. Try and think of other people's scenarios and other people's situations a little more. And remember, don't start these situations off, because we are no means perfect drivers. None of us, including me. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll hope to see you all soon.